Hey, good afternoon, college coaches. This is Coach Anthony Williams, founder and CEO of Connected Athletics. We are a startup company based in Austin, Texas, using a technology platform to allow student athletes to connect with other student athletes during the recruiting process, to connect with college coaches during this very interesting COVID-19 recruiting cycle. And most importantly, we're here to make sure that student athletes successfully transition from high school to college and then on to a career either in the NFL or in their career based on their major. We've got another really strong prospect in the class of 21 joining us today. He's here in my hometown of Round Rock, Texas. Dillon is a class of 21 DB over at Round Rock High School, playing with Coach Jason Cheatham in the Dragons. He's 5'10", 165 pounds, strong GPA of 3.6, 1140 on his SAT, which I love. And you can see there in his platform, he's got to already have his NCAA ID, which is, just so you know, it's 1910703881. So you can look him up to confirm his GPA and his SAT score. He was all district. He was academic all district. Dillon, tell how you doing this afternoon.
Great. How are you? Thank you for having me.
No, thanks for taking time out of your busy day and coming on and telling your story. Let's jump right in here and let these college coaches know more about you from a personal standpoint. Obviously academics is the first and the most important thing that me and other college coaches have to vet out before we start recruiting an athlete. You've got some very strong numbers here, 3.6 GPA, 1140 in your SAT. Tell us about the importance that you put on your academics.
My mom and my dad raised me to where academics come first. If you're not passing or you don't have 85 or above, then you're not playing. So I just always cared about my academics a little more than some of my peers, I guess.
Yeah. Tell us, do you have any certain favorite subjects that drive that GPA?
I really like math. Like, I'm really strong in math and science. Reading, I'll do it, but I prefer math and science.
Okay. And do you have an idea what you're going to major in when you finally do get to college next year?
I'm really like a self-centered person. Like I started my own lawn business. I started all this stuff like by myself. So I'd like to either study business, anything that has to do with entrepreneurship, or if that doesn't work out, then something in the law field, because that's very interesting to me too.
Love the fact that you're a young entrepreneur. Tell us a little bit about your landscaping business. How's it doing? Do you have any employees or is it just you?
It's just me. A couple of my buddies help me sometimes for bigger jobs, but it's going well. I've made a really good amount of money, trying to just save up, just have extra money in my pocket so my parents don't have to put as much money into me.
I love that, man. I love that you're not waiting around with your hand out to your parents. You're out there already being an entrepreneur at such a young age. That is very impressive. Tell these college coaches, what is your favorite learning style? You more of a verbal, visual, or a hands-on learning style?
So it kind of depends for me. So in the classroom, I'm a lot more physical learner, but when it comes to football, like I'm a lot more visual learner. Like if I see somebody do a drill, or if I see a concept on video, I can like get it super quick.
Okay, makes sense. And then tell us, do you have an idea when you get to college what you want to major in? It's going to be business, it's going to be math, and you have a lot of talents. What do you plan on majoring in when you get to college?
It depends what opportunities I have, because I'm definitely going to be playing football in college. So I'd really want to study something in either business or law enforcement field, something like that.
Okay. And then have you and your parents just sat down and put together criteria that's going to help you decide what school you commit to? Like distance from home, culture, obviously your major. What are some of the things these coaches should know about you that's going to help you make your decision?
Well, something that for me, I told both my parents, because I have two siblings and they're trying to pay for all three of our colleges, but I told them last year, I said, you're not going to be paying for my college. Like I'm going to get this done. So that's a big thing for me, is just trying to get that full scholarship. But for my parents, they really don't care what I do. They just want me to be happy, which I really like. So it's really just up to me.
Okay. So I'll ask you: is distance from home? Do you want to play in state, or do you mind playing anywhere across the country?
If somebody can give me that full scholarship, I'll go. I'll go to Asia.
Okay, I like the attitude. That's what I'm talking about. Okay. Hey, are there any specific teachers, counselors, tutors, or coaches that have helped you maintain your academic prowess? Take this time to shout them out.
Uh, some of my favorite teachers, Miss Diaz, she teaches pre-cal. Miss Fletcher, she used to be a freshman teacher. Coach Aguirre, he's actually at Georgetown now. He was probably one of my favorite teachers of all time. And mentors, like for real life stuff, Coach Bam, he's probably my biggest mentor besides my parents.
Okay, that's good stuff. I know Bernard really well. He does a great job with kids, so I appreciate you shouting him out. Hey, let's switch over to recruiting a little bit. We're dealing with this very interesting COVID-19 environment and recruiting cycle. Tell these college coaches what you've been doing in this COVID-19 environment to stay ready for the upcoming season.
I've been working out five to seven times a week. Sometimes I take a few days off just to let my body regroup. But I've been training with Coach Bam uh, five, no, I would say 3 to 5 days a week, sometimes 6. And then I've been working out. One of my buddies has a rack. So when we got shut down for high school, that's where I've been.
Okay. And then I know Coach Bam does good work, but talk to these coaches a little bit about, obviously you're working on your strength and speed and quickness, but also in your position-specific technique as a defensive back. Tell us a little bit about the differences and what you're working on getting ready for the season.
Pretty much, the biggest thing I'm working on right now is having the smoothest backpedal I can have and just getting out of breaks as fast as I can, because you can be 210, 6'3", 210, but if you don't got good breaks, you're going to get routed up every single time.
Yep, great point. That's very true. Hey, tell us, going into your senior year, Ty, what do you consider your strengths, and what are some of the things you're working on going into your senior year?
Some of my strengths are that there's not many wide receivers that can outrun me, and my footwork, in my opinion, is one of the best in this area, if in the state. So I just don't think anybody can beat me, and I have biggest chip on my shoulder that you can think of. So if you line up in front of me, good luck.
Okay.
That's just how it is.
Gotta have that confidence as a DB. Understand that. Tell us, in the class 21, you've seen a lot of other DBs you're competing against. Tell these coaches what separates you from the other DBs that you're competing with in your class.
I find myself, and my coaches often tell me how much of a leader I am and my work ethic, and I've always been the underdog my entire life. I used to be super small, and I've always been the underdog, so I just keep that mentality. Even if, like this year, I'm going to be one of the leaders of my team, I'm still see myself as an underdog because people line up against me. They don't know what I can do. So.
Okay. Talk to us a little bit about your recruiting experience. Who have you heard from? Do you have any offers? What's been your recruiting experience so far?
So I have 3 D3 offers right now. Rose Holman, Trinity, and Southwestern. But I'm talking to probably, I would say, 10 to 15 D1s and around 10 D2s. But I'm just grinding just to get that big offer, because I know I can. Coaches have told me. I've talked to big time coaches. They've told me that they know I can get it. Just their school couldn't give it to me because they already got their offers. They're saying to wait and see what they do with their offer. So I'm thinking that maybe during the season, after I shine a little bit, maybe that'll be my time. But I'm just got to be patient, and I've known not to rush it, because if I start trying to rush it and trying to think, when am I going to get it? It's not going to come, because then I'm not working. I'm losing too much negative energy.
Yeah, Todd, you've been getting great advice. I can tell you there's a lot of kids in your shoes right now, and it's an old saying, but I'll say it for the record. Trust the process. Right now, your focus needs to be on being the best Round Rock Dragon you can be, and putting up great productive numbers each week, and eventually the right school will come. This is not a race on who gets the most offers or at what level. It's about finding the right school for Ty and where he wants to get his education and play football at. So you've definitely got the right attitude, and you're getting great advice there. Tell us a little bit about, one thing that college coaches always ask players is about their relationship with their existing high school staff. Tell these coaches what your relationship has been like with your position coach and Coach Jeter, the head coach at Round Rock.
So my position coach is Coach Gable. Me and him have a really good relationship. We click pretty easy. He can get under my skin sometimes. He's one of the only coaches that's ever been able to do that, which is good because I need somebody like that. But all my coaches can accept that how good of a leader I am and how hard I work, and day in and day out. I just don't like, the thing about me is I just don't like losing reps. Like I cannot stand it when people just let somebody beat them in a rep and just shrug it off and go drink some water and stuff like that.
Okay. Tell us where when it comes to you dealing with positive influence in your life, who either in your family or outside your family has been a positive influence in your life?
Both my parents, Coach Roberts, rest in peace. He was one of the biggest influence. I had a really good connection with him. Coach Bam and a bunch of the coaches at Round Rock. You could probably say all of them I have a pretty good relationship with.
Yeah, no, that's awesome. Hey, is there a certain defensive back in college or in the NFL that you pattern your game off of? Is there somebody you look up to and say, hey, I want my game to look like that? And who is that?
I'd have to go with Tyrann Mathieu. I'm from Louisiana, and I've been an LSU fan all my life, and just watching him in college, he's 5'9", 5'10" on a good day. He's like my size, and he's been the underdog all his life too. And look at him in the NFL. He's all pro, all this stuff. He has an X factor in 2021 Madden. It's just I look up to him because even though he might not be a corner, he lines up everywhere and he can do anything. And he's a playmaker.
Yeah, true. That's a good role model for yourself. Simple question here, but tell these coaches, why do you love football? Why do you love playing the game of football?
I love playing the game of football because it gives me an out in life. Like when I go to training, all the stress is just relieved off my shoulders. When I get on the field on a Friday night, it's just, why wouldn't you love it? It's the best game in the world.
Okay, I feel you on that. Hey, obviously, there's a lot of great players that come in and out of Round Rock the last couple years. Take this time to tell these college coaches who else on your team they should be looking at.
All the corners and DBs: Trey McCarty, Davion, Carson, Izzy Morgan, the running back, Seth Ford. The two that are getting super slept on right now are Luke Dodds and Braden McMullen. Those two they're big, and they both were all district last year. Braden was unanimous first or second team, I don't remember, but he's gonna be something to look out for. But and somebody that's gonna be on the come up in 2022, Tavori Donaldson. Just he's gonna blow up, and he's got good size. He has he's always at the football. He's one of those people that you can just you don't have to tell him to play. He's just out there and he'll find the football one way or another.
I appreciate you shout those guys out. That's a great teammate here. Tell us, Ty, you're a good athlete, obviously. What are the sports you played during your time at Round Rock High School?
I played baseball as well. I played varsity last year. I play outfield, but I mostly just base run because that's what I could give to the team, and whatever I can give to the team is what I want. So.
Okay. Ty, tell these coaches, how do you define leadership and how do you plan on leading going into your senior year?
I plan on just being like a big brother to the younger people, and just, it's my last year. We might not even have a football season for all we know. So I just gotta try to put an impact on Round Rock football. So in a few years, or like Ty Dillon, that dude was a dog.
Yeah. Okay. Ty, tell these coaches also, coaches want to understand what kind of competitive spirit the players they're recruiting have. Tell these coaches about your competitive spirit.
Competitive spirit. I'm probably the most competitive person you'll ever meet. Like, I've turned friends into enemies just because on the football field I just tell them straight to their face that they're not better than me, and then I show them. And then like even in training and stuff, we'll have competitions who has the best rep every single day, every single drill, everything. So I'm just super competitive, and it could be Madden, it could be on a Friday night. Like I'm still gonna talk crap to you, and I'm gonna let you know if I beat you that I beat you.
Okay, I love it, man. You definitely got that DB mentality, which I like. Hey, as we finish up here, let's learn about you a little bit more personally, you and your family. Tell us, what are your interests when you're not working out and you're not playing the game? What do you do in your spare time? Do you like to hunt, fish, get out on the lake? What do you like to do in your spare time?
I like to fish and get on the lake. That sounds good right now, but
Hmm.
mostly I just hang out with my friends. I do lawns. I just really like making money. So
Okay.
whatever way I can make money, that's how I do it. So lawns, cutting trees, fixing people's fences, power washing. I just love making money.
Okay, I'll feel you on that. Hey, tell us, there's not a teenager that isn't spending a lot of time in apps right now. If these coaches want to get to know you better, what are some of your favorite apps you spend a lot of time in? Are you a Twitter guy, Instagram, TikTok, or Snap?
Well, I'm always on Twitter because I like to see when other people get offers. Like one of my friends, he's a freshman. He's gonna be a sophomore. His name is Braylon James. You might know who he is.
Yep.
He's gonna be a big star one day. But like I just love seeing like people like that, people that I grew up with getting offers, making their family happy because now their family doesn't have to pay for their college now, and just stuff like that.
Okay. Hey, Ty, are you a video game guy? Are you a Madden 2K guy? Or you don't play a lot of video games?
I play a lot of 2K, Madden.
Okay.
Yeah,
And then the obvious question: are you giving L's or are you taking L's?
come on now, come on now,
I think with your attitude and swag, I think I know the answer to that question. But tell these coaches, which one is it?
giving the L's.
Giving L's.
As
Okay.
Trey King. If anybody knows Trey King, ask him.
Okay. All right. Tell us, pregame or when you're working out, what are some of your favorite music artists? Who do you listen to get you hyped before a game?
Um, Young Boy, I think that's my favorite artist that gets me hype. But I also like Lil Baby. I like all like popular rap, really.
Okay. All right. And then tell these coaches, what kind of player are you in pregame, Ty? Are you a guy that's running around, getting everybody fired up, getting in their face? Are you a more kind of in the corner, quietly going over your different technique and coverages, get ready for the game? Which player are you?
It depends. It depends who the opponent is. So if I know I'm going against somebody that's gonna what's it called? That's gonna be a pretty good matchup for me. So like for instance, when we played Hendrickson against Jaden Williams,
Mm-hmm.
that game I was watching film. I was just making sure I have everything lined up for me for that game. But if it's uh if I know I got it underneath control, I'm just making sure everyone around me is good.
Okay. Obviously, you're an entrepreneur. You probably got a little bit of extra money in your pocket. Are you a big shoe guy? What's your shoe game looking like?
I got a few Yeezys, few ones. I
Okay.
got a little something
All right. So your drip is nice then, right?
for the most part.
Okay. I
I
like it,
usually I
Ty.
usually if you see me in public, I usually just be wearing a pair of Birkenstocks though.
Okay. All right. Hey, I call this my dream scenario question, but let's say you have a great 3 or 4 years in college and you are in New York City for the NFL draft, waiting for the commissioner to call your name. Who is sitting at your table waiting for your name to be called?
How many people do we get?
Let's keep it on, let's go with six.
6. So my entire family, my mom, my dad, and my 2 siblings, and then if I have a girlfriend or a wife or something at the time, they'll probably be there. And then I'd probably say if I keep training with Coach Bam throughout college and everything, which I probably will, it'll probably be him.
Okay, I like that. You mentioned your mom and dad and your family. Tell us a little bit about your family dynamics. Are you an only child? Are you the baby? Are you the oldest? And then tell us what your mom and dad do for a living.
So I'm a middle child. My brother's at the University of New Orleans, and my sister's a year younger than I am. And my
Okay.
parents own a business, Ideal Signs, and they make signs for a living. And yeah,
Okay, good stuff. Ty, tell these coaches as we finish up here, what do you do to give back to your community? Are you involved in your church? Are you involved with nonprofits? What do you do to give back?
Um, I don't do any nonprofits or anything with the church or anything like that. But if when kids are at the Round Rock games, I go after and take pictures with them. And we do this thing called Dragon Tales, to where we go to the elementary schools and read books at the third graders. So it's just stuff like that. I just I just like doing stuff to where people know who I am, not going with a random nonprofit and doing stuff. Whether that's nice, but I like people to know me as Ty Dillon playing football. After a game, I get to take a picture with Ty Dillon. He's autographing my little piece of paper, stuff like
Okay.
that.
I like it, man. Hey, tell us, whenever football ends, what does your life look like after football, whether it's after an NFL career or after college? What is it you want to be doing, and what is your life going to look like?
My life is gonna look like either me becoming a trainer, because the impact Coach Bam has put on me really wants me to either do that, or me just being a successful businessman in the house with my family, making let my kids go to school at wherever they want, just make my wife not even have to work, just providing for everybody.
I like it. Okay. Hey, last question. We'll let you get back to the rest of your day. You're doing a great job here, but there's the term called the elevator pitch in business. In 30 seconds, tell these college coaches why they should recruit you and specifically what you're going to bring to their program.
What I'm gonna bring to the program is a super competitive nature, and even if I'm a freshman, I'm gonna bring a leadership thing to where nobody's gonna slip on anything, and if someone is slipping, then I'm gonna let them know that they're slipping. And then I'm I mean, I got a huge chip on my shoulder. Like, you can line up a 5-star receiver in front of me, and I'm still gonna press him. And if he catches the ball, oh well, we can go. We can run the next rep. I'm just super competitive, and nobody's ever gonna outwork me.
Okay. Man, I like it, Ty. Man, I'm looking forward to seeing you play your senior year. You'll see me on the sidelines here pretty soon. Continue to be safe. And if you or your family has any questions, definitely reach out to me, okay?
Yes, sir. Thank you so much
All
for
right. Have
having
a
me.
great day. We'll talk to you soon.
You as well.